Hi, it's Sarah. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be looking at Leo's March 2024 forecast. This is Sun, Moon, and Rising in Leo. We're going to look at your home life. We're going to look at your money. We're going to look at your romantic sector, where you are at the beginning of the month and where you're going to be at the end of the month, and some other information that will hopefully make this the best month for you. Leo's been struggling. I'm not going to lie. You have been. I haven't been doing a lot of card readings lately because not much has been changing. You've been trying and things seem to get a little bit better, and then they just either stall out or you end up right back where you started. So hopefully we will see some major changes for Leo natives in March. I'm shuffling and we're going to draw the first card, which will be where you're likely to be at the beginning of the month. Oh geez, the card is a new romantic cycle begins, Libra. Okay, on the one hand, this is good news. On the other, are you kidding me? On top of everything else going on in your life, Leo, now you have a new romantic cycle, which for singles, of course, means someone new is coming into your life. So we are going to dive into your romance sector, but it looks like very early in the month, we're going to see some changes. We're going to see someone new coming along, and we're probably going to see a change in married or partnered, committed Leo natives as well. Something is definitely going to shift for you. So, okay, that's interesting energy to begin the month with. And let's draw the next card, which will be your biggest obstacle. And let's just get that out of the way for the month. So, what is going to be the biggest obstacle for Leo natives? Don't let your past hold you back, South Node. Okay, this is really not a surprise, especially if we're looking at romantic partners or problems in a current relationship. You have had crap luck lately with romance. Singles have dated and really thought they found the one and then ended up just heartbroken. And actually, partnered Leos have kind of gone through the ringer too with their partner, with life, and just things aren't what they appear to be very often for Leos, because you have such a big heart, you want to see the best in people, you're a romantic, you really believe that love can change people. And unfortunately, no, the universe has shown you no, these aren't the right people for you, and all the love in the world is not going to change that. Like I say, the last couple of years have been difficult for Leo when we talk about love. But I do know, looking at the astrology, things are changing for you regarding how you look at love and how you look at partnerships. This alone is good news because this means you're going to be looking at things from a different perspective. So you're going to be looking at someone who is not only gorgeous, handsome, intriguing, but also someone who's stable, someone who respects you, and someone who wants to be your partner and will put your needs first. So this is a big change for Leo. When we look at this card from the South Node, of course, all these things that happened in the past, until we heal those issues and really get past them, we're going to be comparing anyone we date, anyone we're with, or our current partner with things that have happened in the past. And it's really not fair because everyone is different. So if you were ghosted, or if someone took advantage of you, or someone broke your heart, you're going to have your armor up. You're going to be suspicious, and you're going to be questioning people's motives, and you're probably going to be standoffish. Just make sure that this isn't something that stops you from moving forward towards what you really want. And of course, this is not an issue that's going to be solved in March, but it's time to start working on this. It's time to start working on healing that past wound in your romantic life, that heart wound that you have. As you start working on healing that, you will, one, feel more like your old self. You're going to get that spark of life back, that spark of joy that Leo is so famous for. And you're also going to be vibrating at a higher frequency, which means you will attract people from that frequency instead of maybe lower frequencies into your life, which means that the lessons will be different. So let's look at your biggest asset for the month. Come on, some good news for Leo. Ooh, a fiery climax approaches. This is a great asset because this means some of the old crap is ending, finally, hallelujah. And those cycles have finally played out, and now you're free to begin the next cycle, whether that is with finances, whether that is with your career. It's time for a new beginning, and you know it, you feel it. You're ready for this change. I have several Leo clients I was talking to just today, actually, about how they feel like they're in the starting gate and they're just waiting for the light to come on on and go, okay, this is the direction I go in. If you're there, then know that I think in March you're going to get a very strong indication of what direction to take. There's going to be some new opportunities for you that are likely to be things you've dreamed about or things you've always wanted to do. That will also spark your creativity and spark that joy in life again. Yeah, this is going to be a really great asset for you, the end of these cycles that have been less than easy for Leo. So that's some good news for a change. Let's draw the next card and look at your home life. Okay, Leo, you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. This is a great card for your home life, isn't it? And you've been struggling with that. You've been struggling to feel safe financially, emotionally, physically lately because you have been wanting to move, to get into that new place, to finally have your own quote-unquote castle where you can feel safe and your family can feel safe. This is a great shift in the month of March. You're feeling better and you're not worried as much about your family either. So there are some issues going on with Leo's family and family at large and friends. So we have all of that turmoil hopefully ending in March. So that's a good card and a good placement. So let's look at your wealth. Let's get to the wealth and financial sector for Leo. Oh, wow. Okay. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. So this card, the blue moon, means, of course, once in a blue moon. In other words, an opportunity or something that happens once in a blue moon. So not very often. It's something that may not come back around again for another 5 years, perhaps even a decade. This means that financially, yes, you're probably going to sell that house, get that job, finally get that raise or promotion or that inheritance. Something big is going to happen financially for you. Maybe you bought Bitcoin and you've been sitting on it. It may be the time to sell it in March because it is going to go through the roof and then it is going to go down. So just be careful and watch that, Leo, which I know you are. You're watching it. So you've been working very hard the last 3 years, really. Leo has been really devoted to their career and made great strides. You are doing the work, that there's not an issue with that. It's just you haven't received the rewards from this hard work yet. For those Leos that are self-employed, you haven't seen your business reach the levels you know it should. For Leos that work a 9-to-5 job, yeah, you haven't gotten those raises or bonuses that were promised to you. So all of that has just kind of left you less than optimistic about your career. But I think that's going to change with this opportunity. And like I say, it is going to be something that is going to be unusual. It's going to be a huge monetary shift. So it could be either, like I say, an inheritance, something like that, or finally getting that raise that changes everything, or that big bonus. That's some really good news. And with that, of course, that will ease up some of the stress that you've been under. So that's really great, Leo. Okay, so I'm going to draw 2 cards for your romantic sector. Oh, nice. Surrender to the divine. And it's time to release negativity. Okay, where do we even start here? Single Leos. Dating has just been, you aren't meeting people. It's the same people in your orbit over and over again. And your ex has come back and your previous ex is texting you, and the one before that has decided to track you down and profess their love to you, and it's just too much because you're done. You're over. It didn't work before. It's not going to work now, but there's no one new. So you may actually be talking to these people, and you know in your heart of hearts, it's not going anywhere. This is the time to surrender that to the divine and to release the negativity around relationships in general, and especially past relationships. If you know they're not going anywhere, cut those people loose. Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time. Because until you do, you're not making room in your life for the new people to come in. Because they are right around the corner. If they haven't shown up yet, they will be there very soon because it's time, Leo. You're starting a new romantic cycle after all. So, yeah. And it's time, as I said before, to really work on healing some of the issues from the past to give these new people a chance. And for partnered or committed Leo natives, your relationship has been up and down. And part of it is because you've been working so much, and part of it is because you're changing. Another big factor in this is you've not been happy with the relationship, but you really didn't know what to do. I think communication is going to be key here. And I think that you need to just be open to hearing the other person and then tell them how you feel, tell them your biggest issues, and tell them what you see happening in the future. And that will give you a lot of insight on where you go from here. It doesn't necessarily mean your relationship is ending. It could be, but it could be something that if you can shift the energy around the relationship and both get on the same page again, then you can move forward as a team. But it will take both of you to get this relationship back on track. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Let's look at where you're likely to be at the end of the month. This is the void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So on the one hand, it could be that you're worrying over something that nothing's going to happen. Or it could be you're focusing a lot of your energy on a project that's not going to get off the ground. I think we need more information about this. So let me draw 2 more cards, okay? Take time to breathe out, and a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, so I would say, yeah, you're probably doing something at work, trying to get a project off the ground. It's probably taking over your life by the end of March. But you need to slow down, breathe out, look at the bigger picture, and look at if this is actually worth this much time, money, and attention, or if this is not something that's going to go forward. I think, too, we see that, personally, you've been putting a lot of energy into people, places, things, trying to make something happen there too. And maybe that is another big clue that you need to just back away from it and let the divine handle this. If it's meant for you, it will come forward. If not, it won't. And this is really a tough struggle for everyone. It's especially tough for Leo natives. Leo is a fixed sign, which means we don't like change. Even when we want change, even when we ask for change, even when we advocate for change, we don't like change. It's really difficult for us to change our course, change our relationships, change our business. These things just don't come easy to us. It could be something where the big lesson is just learning to surrender and not micromanaging things and not striving to always be in control. And like I say, these are issues that many people deal with. It's not just Leos. I'm not pointing my finger at you, but hey, I'm a Leo too, and I struggle with this. So the other thing to consider with this is you've got this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity coming up. Could it be that you're focused on something else and not really giving that opportunity all that you should, your attention, your time, because you're too focused on another project you don't want to let go of? So really be open to that. Step back and look at the situation, especially at the end of the month, and what was that once-in-a-lifetime thing that happened, and decide whether or not you're being fully committed to that is going to change the course of things. And also look at what's not working, what's not taking off, especially career-wise. What do you need to let go of, surrender to the divine, and just breathe through while focusing on that once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-blue moon gift from heaven. This has been actually a really good reading for Leo because, I haven't been reading for you because nothing's really been happening. And the things that have been happening haven't come to a resolution. So we just saw more of the same. And that's kind of a boring reading. More of the same, more of the same. But it's not just you. It was pretty much the entire zodiac was stuck in the cycle of preparing, healing, plotting, planning, strategizing, and not really taking any action. But I think in March, we see things shift as we enter this new cycle romantically, financially for Leo. We're going to see some positive changes, and we're going to see that great once in maybe a lifetime, once in a couple of years, once in a decade type offer land in your lap. And that is probably going to be the thing that changes everything. But if you're committed to other small projects or other projects that you think, will be the one, then you probably won't have the time or the inclination to follow through on those once-in-a-lifetime deals. Think about that. Think about what you're really putting your energy on. Because if it's something small that really nothing is going to come from it, rather than, hey, we want you to be on American Idol. Hey, your business has been picked up for Shark Tank. Something like that. Maybe put your attention on that. And those are just examples, not not all Leos are going to get, something having to do with television. It can be something else as well. I really do feel it has something to do with your career. Just keep that in mind and be sure and stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to do a March overview and I will try and get some weeklies out as well because there's going to be so much happening and I don't want you to miss it. I want you to be ahead of the groove, ahead of the cycle change so that you can make the most of this energy. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. If you haven't, why not consider becoming a patron? Because the patrons and the community members keep this channel going. If you like this type of content, then support the channel, okay? Leo, really, things are going to improve, so don't lose hope. Stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings.